بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Now there are several discussions here about honesty. Number one, some people confuse honesty with being rude and too frank. Sometimes you're trying to be honest, but you end up offending others. Honesty does not mean that you offend others, because there is an approach to everything. There is an appropriate, wise, gentle approach. The Imams of Ahlul Bayt were honest, super honest, but they were not rude. They would choose the best method to communicate their message. Some of us, thinking that we're trying to be honest, we end up being too rough. We become insensitive to other people. Honesty, my dear brothers and sisters, does not mean that you're insensitive. You have to be very sensitive. Even if you have to be honest with someone and you know they probably will not like your honesty, you have to tell them the truth. Do not beat around the bush. Be honest and straightforward, but be gentle. There's an approach. Work on your approach. Think 10 hours before you say that statement. Some of us, we say things without thinking. Think. The believer thinks many times before he or she says something. If you know something's going to offend someone and you have to say it because you have to support honesty, at least minimize the impact by being gentle in your approach, by showing respect to that person, by showing that person that it's not a personal issue. It's about an issue of what's right and what's wrong. Believe me, the approach makes all the difference, my dear brothers and sisters. Why is it that in our majalis, when we talk about al-amr bil ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar, we always cite the example of young Hassan and Hussein teaching that old man how to do wudu? Why do we always cite this example? Because this example demonstrates to us that the approach makes all the difference. All the difference. Oh, our dear uncle, I am doing the wudu, my brother is doing the wudu. See which of us is doing it right. He looked at them. He realized, you know what? Both of you are doing it right. I'm the one who's doing my wudu wrong, incorrectly. Look at the approach. They were honest with the man. They communicated the message to him, but in a way that he does not feel offended. Honesty, my dear brothers and sisters, does not mean that you offend others. Sometimes in family problems, sometimes in your company, sometimes in a committee, you could be at a board, at a committee. And sometimes it's very important that you say the truth, that you uphold honesty. And oftentimes we fall into this trap. We become rude, we become aggressive. I've seen some people, yes, what they're saying is the truth. I agree with them, but they're being rough, they're being insensitive, and they make it seem like it's a personal attack. Never make it seem like it's a personal attack. Study your approach 10 times before you actually share that honesty with others, because you don't want to hurt the feelings of people. Now, some people may still end up being hurt because the truth hurts, but at least mitigate the consequences, minimize the impact through your approach. That's one very important factor to keep in mind as we discuss the significance of honesty, my dear brothers and sisters. But this is a very important factor. Never lose sight of this factor.
يا حسين